What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of This Week in Madden, show 155. As always, I'm your host, Z Farrells, and I am here to bring you the best tips in the Madden community. If you don't know me, I wrote the official premium strategy guide with S. Gibbs. S. Gibbs now currently works over at EA Sports on the communications team. So if you guys missed last week, that is what he's up to. But he will not be gone. He will be around the community, still around, still giving tips, still hanging out. So we will have him on shortly in later shows. But for tonight, we have a great show planned. A couple things we want to talk about. Number one being the Michael Vick. And obviously this Michael Vick is quite the item, a 92 rookie that everyone gets to utilize. We think he's going to be a pretty big headache until April 1st is when he expires. So if you log into your team today, you get a 96 speed Vick with 93 throw power, or deep accuracy, 96 throw power, 90 short and 86 mid. So going to be a bit tough to scheme against, but we'll have some tips for you. We're going to give away a little look at the Lions playbook, just a couple plays, and kind of show some things that make it a little bit different from other playbooks. So we'll have that going on as well. And we look forward to taking your questions. New little feature tonight. I don't know how visible it is, but we've got the chat. Once again, that Vick that came out. We'll take a look at our first question, though, of the night before we get into gameplay. We'll break down all your questions. You can tweet me, and we can mix it up. First things first, a couple things to touch up on. You guys can follow the stream here on this channel, twitch.tv/Madden Tips, where you're watching it live right now. We have a Madden Tips Mutt League. So we do a Mutt League that Steven the Beast runs, and there's actually going to be an upcoming tournament for that. So there's a Mutt tournament going to start on Saturday. If you want to enter the Madden Tips Mutt League tournament, go to tinyurl.com/MTL Tourney app. Somebody will type that in the chat. Are we echoing? Oh, is it the chat causing the echo? All right, but if you want to start that bad boy, then let me know. From here, we've got the winner will probably get a matchup on TWIM. We'll also probably get a chance to play. Hopefully, if there's a couple different systems, then the winner can play, and we can crown a true champion from that. Apologies if that was causing an echo. I believe that's probably the chat thing. So I bet I could get that to work but I'll do that in a minute. All right, here we go. First question of the night. We are going to take a look at the 92 Michael Vick. So once again, everyone picks up this Michael Vick item until April 1st. How can you slow him down? Obviously, there's a 99 Vick out there that's faster, but now everyone has this guy in his hands. And we're going to give you 5 tips tonight to make sure that you can slow down this edition of Vick that drops. So let's take a look at what we need to do. We'll jump into PS4. We've got the game up, and we'll get it started. All right, so we've got Michael Vick up. And the best thing overall that this Michael Vick brings to the table is he is going to cause people who are not good at the game lots of heartache. So if you're not good at Ultimate Team and you're not good at actual fundamentals of football and playing the game and knowing when to run and use Vick's legs as a weapon, you're going to be in trouble. So the best thing I would say about stopping this 92 Vick that everyone now has is, number one, don't fear him, because not everyone is going to be able to use him up to his full potential. There's a lot of people that will make foolish mistakes with this Vick, because here's what they're going to do. They're going to get the ball, they're going to try and scramble, they're going to, run into traffic and probably take fumbles. So that is what's going to happen. Let's get Vick in the game. What we want to do, and what I'll show you, number one thing you want to look out for. This is tip number 2, so you're getting a sneak peek at tip number 2. But what people will do is, because Vick is not going to be their starting quarterback, I would argue most people are going to not start him but they'll use him as a backup, similar to what people do right now with Robert Griffin III Combine Edition. So if you have Vick as your backup, well, then you're going to feel free to break him out when it benefits you. So you might see, all right, this guy's got Ben Roethlisberger. I'm not going to worry about containing. I don't care. All of a sudden, it's going to be a 3rd and 2, and Michael Vick is going to be inserted in the lineup. So you must look out for users that are going to just sub him in at the right time. So that is pretty important. But number one thing to know for Michael Vick, guys, is he is a left-handed quarterback. He's only going to really be successful running to the left. So the more that you can force him out to the right, and the more you can really stack the line of scrimmage at the start, the better you're going to be. Here, you know, there's stock blitzes from nickel 245 like Buck Slant 3, where you can bring a guy outside and boom, he rolls right into traffic. That's going to be his bread and butter. You're going to see formations like single back bunch be set up to the left. I played Hot Shugs in a game the other day. He ran his PAN around to the left, his single back bunch formation, because he wants to roll that way with Vick. That's who he was using as his quarterback, so he tended to move that way. As opposed to if I use Robert Griffin, most people call those plays to the right if they use Aaron Rodgers, etc. It creates for a lot of weird things, but if you can kind of stack the pressure, like if you throw Jeremy Lane out here, even if you don't blitz him, it's going to make me want to roll right. And the problem with Michael Vick when he rolls to the right is, watch this. See how that throw animation there, we almost caught the ball with Eric Decker, but this is a huge tip. So let's go back over so far what we have. If you're looking to stop the 92 Vick that you are now going to see online quite a bit, you have to do 3 things you need to look out for just off the bat. First things first, you need to make sure that they've actually subbed Michael Vick into the game. Most people are probably going to hold him out as their backup quarterback. So they're only going to sub him in on 3rd and 3. So you need to be looking for him knowing that he's on nearly every roster. Number 2, remember that he's left-handed. So you want to force pressure to his left, from his left, so that he has to roll out the backside. Here we just throw Maxwell out. We called a great play, which would be Buck Slant earlier, where Maxwell blitzes. Here, if you get Vick rolling the wrong way, watch what happens. This happens to me quite a bit, even with the 99 version with great throw on the run. I mean, just the fact that he can actually turn and get that throw off is pretty lucky, and still get some throw power on it. Like, that's what the ratings are. That's his throw power. That's his throw on the run. That's a lot of value. But overall, it ends up turning throws that should be bullet passes into lollipops, which is a good thing because you don't want this happening quite a bit. These plays are few and far between in this year's version of Madden. So you will see that it does cause him to throw lollipops. If you're using the middle of the defense with, say, Calvin Johnson, you're going to have a chance to get in and under those plays. What else can you do? Well, you need to understand how contains work in Madden this season. So one thing that I constantly am doing against contain is L trigger, R1 is going to contain the quarterback. So now you might think you're good, right? And you are pretty much going to be good, but say you were to pinch your backers in a little bit, and say I block Jason Morrow, you're still going to be good in this formation, but what good players will do is they will block this guy. They'll see if they can get a double team, and even right there, like that defender just didn't break off like he should have. So you need to use a 4-down line. You don't want to pinch. You want to make sure that when you do press that L trigger R1, the guy is getting out there. Because here, he almost got out there. You see him slide out at the start, but the tight end does end up picking up. Plus, we had a little like read option style flick to 33 that we could have hit for a big gain. 2 things that work in your favor. Number 1 is that the Ultimate Team defensive ends are so fast. So you might think, oh man, 96 speed, that's crazy for a quarterback. But an Ultimate Team where, you know, Jadeveon Clowney is a defensive end and he has 90+ speed. Mario Williams you can sub in and he has 90+ speed. The fastest D end in the game of regular versions like 82, 84. So those guys aren't very fast when you face them off against Vick. But super fast defensive ends and Ultimate Team, the Von Millers, they're going to chase him down. So you need to make sure that happens. Overall, though, do not worry about facing this 92 Vick because the majority of people will use him so poorly that they'll cause themselves more headaches. The last thing I'll review before we get into the next question is just how to slow down things like from pistol or shotgun. Once again, we're in the Lions playbook here, so we may not have any actual pistol read options, but we do have the pistol formation. And so if you did see them come out in something like the pistol, what you would want to do is immediately look to key in on either the halfback or the running back. So once again, L trigger and then X to go after Michael Vick before the snap. This will cause this defensive end to stand up and make Vick hand the ball off. And the bad player is going to still try and run with Vick because he's going to think, I got Vick, this is just going to be a cheese fest. And the game's just not cut out for that. So people will fail with him unless they know how to playmaker, unless they know how to, go to the right side of the field or set you up so that they can actually take advantage of his legs. They're going to end up doing themselves more harm than good. Force them to hand off to the back, let him get his 5 yards, but don't let Vick burn you for the big play. And people will fail with Vick. They're going to try and be Cowboys. They're going to try and roll out playmaker. They're going to throw picks because they're just not used to it. The longer you give them in the pocket, the more playmaker plays they're going to make. And they might make a spectacular play, and then they might make a terrible play. Only the best players can make really consistent plays with playmaker because playmaker opens up such random events. The receiver will stop running. A guy will jump out of nowhere. It factors in user play. So playmaker plays, while good, can get you into a lot of trouble, and that's what the majority of users until April 1st are going to experience with Michael Vick. So hopefully those tips help you guys. And remember to protect that left side of the field, and don't worry if the ball's in the left hash because there's just less room for the opponent to go. All right, big first tip there, guys. Reminder, Z Farrell's here. Little echo is about to happen, but look at this. Chat is live. Chat is so live right there, and we're digging it. We're digging it. We've also got, once again, if you want to sign up for the Madden Tips Tournament, we've got that going on. Starting this weekend, Steven the Beast has the link in the chat. You can get yourself involved. Get yourself a chance to play on This Week in Madden. Get yourself a chance to play against the best competition. There hasn't been quite as many tournaments this year as we'd like to see, but there is a really good community, and there is some great players out there that want to lock in. I played, once again, a tournament level style game. I ran into Hot Shugs and Xbox One the other day. Game went to OT. It was a battle. When you play good players, you get excited. You can play any bum in ranked and just whatever, he quit, blah, 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 blah. The wins don't really matter. Like 90% of my wins, I'm just like, all right, whatever. 8% of my wins, I'm like, that was too close. All the losses always hurt. Every loss hurts. So why not play more people that can beat you? Because every loss hurts. It makes the games more fun or more emotional. Yeah, there's some rage, but overall, it's more fun when you have more invested into it. And the Madden Tips Tournament, guys, sign up for that at that link in the chat, and that will be something you can enjoy this weekend. I know also this weekend your designs are due for the contest for Mutt. This one was designed by AdRobs, and you can check out. You can design below, and you just submit it to the Ultimate Team. So AdRobs made that one. It's pretty cool. I tried to post the Hot Shugs game. I've been looking for it, but my problem is that Twitch that day was just like not working, and so it's not there. The archive isn't there. I kicked a field goal on OT, and it's just can't find it. So hopefully, I'm hoping Twitch, that was the day they had to you should reset your Twitch password, or Twitch probably reset your password. That's another disclaimer for tonight, but the archive's not there. I wish it was. It was fun. People that were there had fun. That's why you should watch Mutt Lunch live, though, and that's why you should follow the channel, because then you'll know when we go live. So you won't miss games like that. I did try and post it, but I just can't find it. Hopefully Twitch will catch up and Twitch will work. So who knows? All right, here we go. Take a look at the next question in the mailbag. This one's from BCake612, wants to know, do you think the Lions playbook is viable? So is the Lions playbook something that can win you games in Madden 15? And I'm here to say yes. Let's go take a look and actually see what formations it has and what formations it's missing that make it be thought of as a top tier book. But I do think that there are some nice pieces to it, and hopefully it can be something that you guys start to enjoy. So we get into game here. On the right side of the screen, we're looking at the Lions offensive playbook. Once again, what do I always do? I always look at single back ace because it's a grown man's formation. It can be in pretty much every playbook, and it's a play that can win you a lot of games. Just a formation that can win you a lot of games depending on what plays it has. So what does the Lions have that other playbooks don't have? Well, they have the zone weak and the counter. They don't have the misdirection, which auto motion or not is nice. The PA boot line is a pretty unique play. We'd have to see if that's anything good. Lions comeback is a very unique play, and that's a play that we liked a lot a few seasons ago. We don't know how it functions this year, so this is a formation we would look at. So let's take a real quick look. Obviously, we'll go against maybe a cover 3, pretty standard defense because you're going to want some cover 3 beaters. So what you could do with these a couple of seasons ago was kind of motion them and snap them at like weird times. Maybe like low curls. Maybe if we throw that with a little lower pass lead, those could be a little bit more effective. But you know, maybe that's a little quick throw that beats cover 3 because it might sit between the flat and between the hook. So yeah, maybe there's something to that little play right there. If we wait, we obviously have the comeback route downfield. What people like to do is, since these guys are off the line of scrimmage, Decker and Harvin aren't up on the line of scrimmage, you can motion them and then snap them, and then you get routes like that. So maybe if you're facing some man-to-man defense, you can try and actually motion this guy, and you get to throw inside. Maybe you can throw it underneath and then use square as a blocker. So this is like something that, you know, you might actually even just be able to do this if you were to put the guys in the regular formation on a comeback route. But this is just something that you could do from the Lions playbook and try and be a little bit different. We'll keep digging through it here. You've got the counter, which I actually like. It's in the Steelers. It saved me in the Shugs game. The PA boot Lion, we're going to run it to the left just because we have Michael Vick once again, and that makes sense. We'll try it against cover 2 sink style here. That square route guy is really unique. So it's just too far of a route that if Earl Thomas free safety is going to break down on that route, then that means that route just is too far downfield. So let's actually put Jace on a flat, Amaro on a flat to the left, so that the flat zone standing in front of Decker drops down, because he didn't drop down that last time. See, like, yeah, so that route's actually too far. Maybe we could smart route it. We'll give it one more chance with a smart route. But overall, this route right here, what I'm talking about is, I guess this guy's not in a flat zone. He's in a purple zone, so he's not attracted to the tight end because he's in a purple zone, so he is actually dropping and getting some depth. So this is actually a pretty good play to defend this concept, but you can't have Earl Thomas be allowed to break on that throw. Let me try it against cover 3 though. All right, so now we're actually in a cover 3. We'll run it stock. Let's see. Yeah, see, that CB is going to break on that. So this play is no longer any good. I'm out. I'm out on that. We can playmaker it and try it out, but we're out on that. So a decent little single back ace, once again, and you have no single back bunch. You do have the wide trips Lion, which is pretty interesting, with a wide receiver screen, with this play Lions drags for a little levels concept. PA slot wheel could work for you. Maybe use this as a shot play downfield if you get that cover 2. Maybe wait on Percy Harvin, maybe try and we'll see if the play action works. But once again, we're going to have to probably buy some time with Vick. Use your catch ability route, just a unique little wheel route from under center. It's not a route that you see constantly in under center, so it might be something to work on. From the I formation, you've got some basic formations that we'll skip over. Strong close is obviously a super popular formation with things like, they have one of these plays, wide receiver out, where you can quick throw the route to the left. You can use wide trail and short yardage. But once again, they have the counter, but that's one of the worst. Counters are usually great, but that's one of the weaker counters. They don't have halfback off tackle, and they don't have PA and around. So stat strong close is not that great. If you like pistol, you've got the wide trips, which comes with strong power, comes with 4 verticals, comes with halfback counter, and wide receiver screen and slip screen. So it's kind of just like a pretty basic formation with a run left, run right, 4 verticals, screen, but that can often be effective for a lot of people. If you like the Oakland Raiders formation, you've got that with the Raiders style play. So if you're into the Raiders playbook, you can try this out. This is not the split close, which is more similar to the Steelers and Colts that I use to get first down yardage. This is more of like a downfield user throwing playbook, and obviously with Calvin Johnson, that works great. Gun Ace Twins is kind of the highlight formation. This is what I would use. So the Titans playbook has this. I would rather use Titans playbook than the Lions playbook is going to be what my final verdict is, but there's a chance that a play like posts can end up being pretty effective for your offense. You've also got a counter in here that's pretty tough, and once again, it's a mid-draw. Some of these runs, it's an inside zone, which can be a little bit more consistent. Then you could have the draw in the inside zone if you set your audibles. But we're going to have posts. You've obviously got the route to the halfback out of the backfield for like 3rd and 2, because the zone coverage is going to drop back pretty good. So that could be something that you can utilize. And you've got the tight end corner route, which takes some time to get open. But if you throw it with the proper pass lead, you can actually click on and make a play. So the right side is actually something you could throw to, even though you only really have 2 route concepts. From here, you've got a little flat pass potential to pick up, a couple yards, but you could also mix in this route. You could streak Amaro and see if that helps take the middle safety away, and then you could try and throw to Eric Decker, but the problem is the flat's going to probably get pretty deep, but if you time that pretty well, you can have success. So we are kind of liking this Gun Ace Twins play posts. This would be the formation I would utilize as my main offensive formation. You've got stick, which is a good concept, as everybody knows. Hopefully we can throw. We're trying to throw low here with Michael Vick, and we're not having success. So even that's another thing I would add if you're facing the 92 Vick, is his short accuracy is just not that great. So he's going to make some bad. Or this is actually Geno Smith, because remember we subbed Michael Vick in RB style. So Geno's not great either. But once again, this circle route though with the right pass lead can really cause a big hole for that. The other thing you can do is if you need another like 3rd and long type passing conversion, maybe against 4 verticals, you could put Jason Monroe triangle on a streak, and then you're going to try and hit Harvin. You'd rather have a bigger body receiver than Harvin, but when Harvin cuts there's a window. There's definitely a window to hit. So let's take a look. Let's see if we can find that window. I mean, that middle linebacker is just it's Cam Chancellor, but if they're usering, and they probably are going to user that side of the field, there's no way they're going to get that much depth. So that's a throw that you could potentially hit downfield. Last couple notes about the Lions playbook. They've got gun tight, so once again, I'd rather use the Raiders playbook than the Lions playbook, and I'd rather use the Titans for Gun Ace Twins. Their snugs, their spread's pretty decent. The tray open Lion's pretty nice, but watch this angle route once again. So look at this formation. This angle route, look at how big it is. I feel like this is like takes too long to break across field, and then it leads the pass way too far out in front. So there's certain stock angle routes in the game that just don't get to the right depth. The Panthers single back, I think it's drag cross-ups, has like some really bizarre angle routes that don't quite get you to where you need to be on the field. So I don't dislike this formation. Once again, you have this smash halfback angle here. You've got the spacing where the receiver on the left comes in tight So let's see if we can get maybe a misalignment against cover 2. Nope, he lines up pretty nice. It's a tight end out there on the left. Kind of more of a regular angle route here. We hit circle once he cuts. So there's definitely some, you could drag the streak. You could probably hit X here, maybe to man coverage. So a little mix up with that gun tray formation there. You've got 2 big empty sets from this Lions playbook, and that's really the last thing we would note. Gun empty lion, which is similar to like the Saints and Falcons, and then gun empty tray. So looking back, now that we've kind of taken a second to breathe in with this Lions formation, is the Lions playbook in Madden 15 a viable formation? I'm going to come out and say, overall, no. Once again, while I do like their single back ace because it has to play Lions comebacks and you can motion the outside guys, overall there's better. I'd rather use the Seattle single back ace. There's no single back bunch, which is a popular formation. The strong close doesn't have the halfback off tackle. I'd rather use the Panthers book if I wanted to focus on this formation. The pistol wide trips is good, but Indy has it. And there's no like extra play in here. It has all the basics, all the staples, and it could be really effective and tough to stop if you can call your plays right, but I'd rather use a different playbook. The split lion, I'd rather use Oakland for my downfield throws. Like that's the one formation I would rather use if I was looking to do that. If I was looking to do gun ace twins, I'd rather have the Titans gun ace twins. But I mean, I do love the play posts. I think it can be effective, but overall, another playbook kind of gives me the option with a little bit more snugs. And spread are pretty common across most playbooks, so there isn't really anything, the Steelers playbook has something like this in it. While I do like the gun tray open lion, it's just not enough to draw me to this book, even with some of these formations where guys are lined up in tight and the 2 empty sets. So overall, while it does have a nice mix of pistol, we're skipping the Lions playbook. The only note I'll make about this Lions playbook is it is one of the only playbooks in the game, because they have Calvin Johnson, obviously in real life. What you see in some of their formations is this play, like Lions stick. So Lions stick is one of the most unique plays in the game. So if you were gonna try and make it, like that's the thing about playbooks, right? Is you want to find something unique that you can't find in another playbook, because otherwise you just pick, like I said, you pick the Titans, or you pick the Steelers, or you pick the Raiders, like depending on what you actually wanted. So you're trying to find something that makes your playbook unique. And so one thing about the Lions book is it has built-in fades. And so that's pretty unique because Calvin Johnson is such a red zone threat. That way, if you get to the 15 and in, and you can't hot route this fade, because that fade on the left only is available as a hot route if you're inside the red zone, which is in Madden the 10-yard line and in technically, you can actually get this in a lot of stock formations. So that's one of the things that makes it pretty unique. That's a decent little triangle route. I wish he kind of started out a little bit more. See how he kind of takes 2 steps before he gets out there. I was hoping it would be a little quicker here. He actually blocks. That's the only real difference in the Lions playbook. Once again, Lions playbook is a no-go from the, while it does have some schemes, there's just better overall playbooks that have more valuable things that you can do. So, but yeah, there might be a way to make this kind of stock fade useful outside the red zone, depending on what coverage they're playing. If they're playing maybe cover 3 and the CB's backed off, you might be able to fit it in pretty decent here. Obviously, this corner's up because he was just in cover 1. But say, could you hit Decker? No, because the flat's going to go. You don't have access to throw the ball that quick, so. But maybe there's a way. Or if we target Percy Harvin. No, not one-on-one against Sherman. So nothing quick to think about that, but we're skipping out on the Lions playbook. Reminder, guys. I'm reading the chat here. Everyone's chilling, hanging out. We got the man, the myth, the legend, J.O., Hold Fast Hope, M-Stack, Stephen the Beast. You can apply to get into the Mutt Leagues tournament, which is this weekend, by this link here. So do that. Join Stephen the Beast, as he's done a great job hosting all season. And I'm also taking your questions in the chat if you have any. Tweet them at Madden Bible. I'll actually head over to Twitter right now and see if anybody's filled in the question. This is a good question from Jeremiah Wilkes, who asked some pretty good questions last week too. He said, is cover 3 more effective than cover 2? And obviously that's a pretty general question because every single zone coverage has a weakness. I think we just froze. No, we didn't freeze. Thought we froze. All right, Jeremiah Wilkes. Is cover 3 more effective than cover 2? In general, yes. That is a loaded question though, because every single zone has a weakness and every single zone can be beat pretty easily if you call the right play. So what I'll say for cover 3 is it does have its advantages this season, because if somebody calls, say, cover 2, this cover 2 is actually pretty tough to beat in the game, but you'll see that if they call the right play like 4 verticals and get time in the pocket, which can be tough, you're more likely to just get like potentially beat right down there, and those plays hurt you. I mean, those plays are so tough to come by in the game this year. Like 3rd and 15, you should be getting defensive stops almost all the time. So if you call cover 2 in that situation, it can hurt you pretty bad. But if you call cover 3, in general, cover 3 is going to be more effective than cover 2, especially if there's 3 hooks, especially if you can contain against a mobile quarterback, especially if you have decent sized corners that can't be used or caught on downfield, and especially if you're because these flat zones play so strong and they tackle, like, watch this flat zone, right? It's going to drop to square and then it's going to get all the way out and cover triangle. So this is what one of the reasons, there's about 5 reasons, but one of the reasons that cover 3 is so good. So we'll take a look, and this will be my answer for you. That cover 3 is, cover 2 at the right time is, nothing's more effective than cover 2 at the right time, but cover 3 almost all the time pretty effective. So this guy is in a flat zone. He's dropped 10 yards deep at least. He's running downfield with Eric Decker, so you're not going to throw anything to Eric Decker one-on-one because this guy's here. As soon as I throw the ball to the flat, I should be getting, like, the Patriots against the Seahawks got, what, 5 yards a carry? 5 yards a catch with Shane Vereen in the Super Bowl, sometimes 7 yards. I mean, before he's even caught the ball, this guy's tracked back full 5 yards, and before my guy can cut up field, he's tackled at 5 more yards. So he loses a yard. And so it just makes it very, very difficult. The last thing I'll say about cover 3 that makes it pretty efficient is if I call 4 verticals and then I call cover 3, Richard Sherman will often pick off the route to R1. So Richard Sherman will sometimes pick off this route to Curly, and that makes cover 3 very effective. Usually they're not up in cover 3, but the Seahawks don't play by the rules. All right, so that specific time, Curly was pretty far inside, but every now and then you'll see Sherman run over, especially guys with high play rec in Mutt, Night Trains. They'll break in on this throw. So he got pressed inside. If he gets pushed outside, then. So this ball, as soon as it's thrown, Sherman with his back here breaks towards the middle, and look how fast he covers. So you can see what I mean. If Curly was outside, he'd be more like here. But Sherman actually breaks up the play, and he's in an outside third, and he has to worry about a guy like Harvin. I mean, that's a tough sell to me. So, or he shouldn't be able to do it every play, or you should have to spotlight it or something. So that's, in my opinion, what you see going on. Cooper, my mods are strong, man. I gotta respect my mods. They do a great job for me. They haven't let me down yet. I definitely appreciate you stopping by and being a follower, but I gotta let the mods do their job. That's why they're here. They carry those swords with very heavy weight. Those swords, that's how I measure them, by their deeds. And they're good guys, so hopefully you can be better friends with them next time. I heard it didn't go that well for you this week, but hopefully in the future you guys can still be friends. All right. Good question from Tinge21. How are Mack and T.Y. Hilton playing? That would be rookie Khalil Mack and the new final edition T.Y. Hilton. So we'll head over to Xbox real quick and take a look at the squad. I'm a big fan of adding both of them to the lineup. My first game that I played with Khalil Mack forced a fumble on the first play of the game. Some of you guys are watching in the chat as, I forget who they threw to in the flat, Luke Wilson. So let's take a look one more time, let you know who we picked up from our team updates. How are Khalil Mack and T.Y. Hilton playing? Once again, picked up that rookie Khalil Mack on Xbox One. First play of the game, somebody throws a quick pass in the flat to Luke Wilson, tight end. Khalil Mack comes up, lays the lumber, fumble. Nobody can pick it up. Who picks it up? Khalil Mack, because he just hit stuck somebody. So that was like my first positive play with him. And while his play rec's a little low, and yeah, maybe he's going to miss a little bit, I mean, 99 pursuit makes up for a lot of that. And then the speed can make up for a lot of that too. So I'm a big fan of the Khalil Mack. He looks to have earned a place in the lineup over Elvis Dumerville. So I'm pretty excited with that purchase. As far as T.Y. Hilton goes, he did have a big catch on 3rd and 7 in the Shugs game that I played the other day, but I was up like 14 points against some guy, and I threw him a fade in the end zone. Obviously, he didn't catch it. That's not his job to catch it. He's only 5'9". I totally understand, but I wanted to just test him, see what he has. And then I tried him on a deep streak, and he didn't burn anybody, and he's got 98 speed. He also dropped a ball that Reggie Wayne has caught for me a million times, even though Reggie dropped one that game. But T.Y., the jury's still out. I think that there's going to be a place for him. It's more about me needing to utilize him better and properly. He does start over Alshon now, with apologies to Hot Sticks, who let me borrow the Alshon. But I'm not a T.Y. guy yet. Like, he doesn't have that moment that Khalil Mack had to be like, oh man, I'm so glad I bought this guy. Not that I'm mad, but I'm just saying that's what we got going on. Let's see if we get the echo when we load up this bad boy, because I want to take a look over at Mudhead, see what items came out this week. Hopefully no echo. Tashawn Gibson was the final edition. Obviously not a pretty good player, but once again, with only 87 play rec, Tashawn Gibson not in love. Although he's not that tall. Darius Slay, 96 speed, 93 zone, pretty good. Once again, 84 play rec, only 5'11", can't play. Jordan Matthews, only 6'3", probably can't play. In the Mamba, I kind of want him as a kick returner because I like short guys, but I'm not sure if he can play either. 1-2, you guys can still hear me. Hopefully no echo. Still have Reggie Wayne, still plays in the slot. If you want a mystery boss giveaway, you can head to Mudhead and enter. I know people were underwhelmed by Le'Veon Bell a little bit. 95 speed. I mean, I would take this guy. Am I going to complete a collection? No, because I've never actually properly completed quite a question. But, or I never actually really completed like a hard set like this for Position Hero. He wouldn't be the one I would go after either, but, you know, I got Bo, so, but I'd take him on PS4 for sure. Jamie Collins, I think I'd rather have the Khalil Mack, but the Collins is pretty darn good as well. The golden tickets obviously came out. I got picked off by this golden ticket, Calvin Johnson in the Hot Shugs game on my first drive. So it was a battle, but we're able to once again fight back. But dang, this card's freaky. My only issue once again with the Calvin Johnson guys is the free safety 85 version is a user player because he doesn't have good play rec. You need to user him. This card, I don't think you need to user. I just think he plays pretty good on his own. I don't know, I'd have to see it, but like I'd just let him kind of do his own thing and user Taylor Mays who can still kind of catch everything, or user the regular Calvin at strong safety. I don't know. And then Brandon Browner, he kind of changes the meta because he's 6'4", he has 99 jump, 99 zone, 97 speed. I mean, if you're getting face cut on, he's the guy you got to pay for. Pony up. Also, the C-Dub came out. I heard he's outstanding. I've heard he plays really well, so I'm upset that I wasn't ready for this all-rookie collection because we all knew it was coming. but I just didn't think about it. Shugs uses the C.J. Mosley, who did miss a play on a low curl, but he overall is actually a pretty darn good linebacker. Kelvin, 6'5", 95 catch in traffic. I think I'd rather the 94 Evans still, but I'd like to see this Kelvin in action. Haha had no version of Haha is cool with me. No version of Haha is cool with me because I did lose one game when Haha put his hands up when he could have made a play. So I have like Haha fear. This Zach Martin's pretty legit. I'd like to see what he costs actually. And then Jace, I'm kind of set a tight end. Trey Turner, I have to take a look. There's all these cheap ways to upgrade your offensive line. It's usually like kind of one of these hidden dudes. One thing I've noticed quite a bit is I need to, with my lineup, I'll show you something that I'm trying to do. So with my lineup, I've never actually needed a tackle that uses impact block. So Phil Loadholt, right? He's got 97 strength, 98 run block. If I'm running off the right edge with a halfback off tackle, boom, he's the guy that's going to get pushed and he's not going to get block shitted. But as soon as I need him to pull, which is very rare, it's usually only guards, he's going to be terrible. He's got 47 speed, which, to be honest, if I ran a 40 right now, I would probably have like 40 speed. So he's not that much faster than me. And he doesn't have that high impact. So what did I do? I went out and I bought a left tackle, not a right tackle obviously, but still a left tackle, rookie edition, who has some pretty good impact block. I want to say he's a 75. Let me see if I can find him. Where is he? So this is the guy I bought. Where did he go? Where did he go? Maybe I didn't buy him at all. No, I definitely bought him. Who did I buy? James. Okay, so I bought this left tackle, who's a 90. At right tackle, he's much less, but you'll notice his speed is 68, which is somewhat better, and he's got 90 impact blocks. So when I do run this new counter from the Steelers playbook, what that's going to let me do is not have Phil Loadholt be wicked slow and knock it over. So Juwan James is going to get subbed in the single back ace if I'm not running straight ahead runs, if I'm running the counter, and hopefully he can pick it up and be the guy. So that's kind of my mindset going into certain games that I've been playing. So let's take a look at Twitter. We've got some questions rolling in. This was a good one from Holdfast. The stock fades, like the Calvin stuff in the Lions book, can they be useful outside of the red zone or no? So he actually said or nah, but let me go back on to PS4. And so once again, he's talking about the Lions playbook as they have some pretty interesting plays, once again, like Lions stick. I'm sure it's in a couple others, but I just haven't seen it too many others. This stock fade route, you can only get inside the 10-yard line, and so, can you utilize it? Against cover 3, if that CB's going to drop back and he's going to slow, that's the only way I could see it kind of being effective. But here, you're asking to be picked off. If I was going to have a cute little quick throw against cover 3, once again, I just use the stuff in the Raiders playbook. So let's see if we back them off, because most of the time the cover 3 is going to be backed off. You don't get quick, so like maybe that. Like that's all I'm thinking that you could use that for. Kind of use it as a back shoulder throw. But once again, if I throw that route 90 times and it gets picked off 3 of them, then I don't want it. S. Gibbs would call it. That's kind of his thing. Like if he throws it 9 out of 10 and it works, he does it. If I throw it 9 out of 10 and one of them's a pick, I can't do it. So you could maybe use it as a back shoulder type deal to pick up a couple yards. But once again, I'd much rather see you use the stuff from the Raiders book. Right. A good question here from Shaggy Hustle. What defensive formations work against what offensive formations? So Shaggy, that's a good question. And don't feel like that's too much of a beginner question, because we get stuff like that all the time. Generally, what I'll do 99% of the time is I have one formation that I'm comfortable in trying to match up the whole game. So if it's a run, if the guy's really running the ball on me, I like to go to 3-4 because you have 7 big guys up front and you're generally going to be able to stop it. I like to play in the 3-4 even most of the game. Even if my opponent comes out on first down and goes to like 3 wide receivers, once again, I don't have a nickel corner, which is a third corner, and he has a third receiver. So that means I got a linebacker in the game and not a corner. So I am at a disadvantage passing-wise in theory, but I'm going to try and hold my own because this is what I like to be in, and I'm going to try and always fight to be in what I'm most comfortable. If he does go like gun 5 wide, you want to go to something like nickel or better, even dollar, because they're going to have 5 receivers or at least 4 receivers, and you want to have 4 DBs out there. So the main thing is like you want to come out in what you're most comfortable in. If you generally come out in nickel 2-4-5 or any nickel and then cover 3, you can make an adjustment and be pretty stout against most formations. Like, yeah, if they run goal line, they're going to pound you a little bit, and if they go 5 wide, yeah, you might have your their fourth receiver might be lined up against a linebacker, but generally you're going to be okay. Especially in Ultimate Team when Khalil Mack's your 4th linebacker or your 4th CB and he has like 94 speed. So generally you're going to be pretty good. If I had 300 to 400K for a corner, I would get Flashback Champ. I would get Flashback Cromartie or Seasons Veteran Cromartie, whatever the newer Cromartie is. I would get 94 Sherman probably, even though he sometimes doesn't swat. He does make certain plays. Seagull, PA Raider Drive. Raiders offense, single back bunch base. I'll have to take a look at that, see what we can come up with later. This one's from Jo30 in the chat. PA spot in the goal line, 2-point conversion play to the fullback route. Do we like it? I think we may. The only problem I foresee is like people might go to, this would be kind of, like I would say people would call this cover 2 invert, so. Once again, guys, read in the chat here. We're going to get a little echo for a second. But it's worth it to hit the chat up. So let's go back. So once again, the question here is from Jo, who is the man. R1 is the fullback route. This plays PA spot. It's in the goal line. Do we like it for a 2-point conversion style play? Let's see what adjustments. So it leaks out. I mean, you obviously get a high-low read. S. Gibbs has been all over this play for quite a while. And actually, one of my favorite things about this play is the Broncos 2 years ago when they got demolished in the Super Bowl, when they won the AFC Championship game, they scored a touchdown right before half, and they did this play to perfection. They ran PA spot, and what they did was they actually came back to the fullback on the inside. So the little spot route is just the tight end sits and just chills in the middle. I threw a low curl there. But obviously you can either throw to X if what you're doing is you're just creating stress on the flat zone. So you basically, this flat zone, Bruce Irvin, you're going to create stress. If he goes to the fullback, well then you throw over the top to the corner. If he drops back, then you just hit the little flat underneath and kind of move it. What's up, Saint? How's it going, man? And you can tuck it in right there. Might just be a real quick hitter. When I played Hot Shugs, he went for 2, or he didn't go for 2, but he was in the red zone, and it was 4th and 1, and he called PA. He called goal line, and he ran in with Vick. He actually ran for a first down. That's obviously Geno Smith, but he ran in with Vick, and he ran, and then I think he passed one in when my flat zone bit down. He threw like that. So I would say yes, because people hit me with it pretty good. My only problem is like if you save this play for 4th and 1, or if it's a, I don't love PA. That's kind of my beef. I'm so torn on play action whether or not it's the right thing to do, because yes, it stops certain blitzes, but then other blitzes it just allows you to get cream. So like, if the game's on the line, man, give me gun split close, only because like every down 2-point conversion, sure, but like, what's worse than, let me see if like this could happen. Let me pass commit. So say they blitz and pass commit. I know it's like rare, but what if what if that happens before you even get a chance to roll out? Like, it would just crush me. It would crush me because if the game's on the line and like I really want to win it and I call PA and I get sacked before I even have a chance to hit, I mean, that's obviously open, but if I just get sacked before I even have a chance to break out of the fake, then it's going to crush my soul. It's going to crush my soul. I mean, obviously, that's why I fear PA. But yeah, no, I think it could be pretty nice, man. I like it a lot. Cool. All right. Any more questions in the mailbag? I'm checking your tweets, guys. Remember, next week, if you have tips or you need tips, send them to me at Madden Bible. You can follow the stream below. If you're watching this on the YouTube, you can go to twitch.tv/MaddenTips and follow the stream. That's where you'll know when we go live, and I tweet out when we go live at Madden Bible. So that is what I like. All right, dudes. Let's get into some gameplay action. We're going to take our Xbox One team out for a spin. I wanted to use the Lions playbook, but I'm too fearful now that we've gone over it that it could not be that great. So we'll stick with the Steelers playbook. History of played games. That's the Shugs game, 27-24. I was down 14-0. I dropped my controller and all the batteries fell out. It was not looking good for quite a bit, but we had a good one. Once again, we were hoping to be able to post that, but the archive for Twitch that day was the day Twitch kind of deleted everything, and so we lost out on that. Obviously, Hoshugs beat me in the Mutt Invitational, which is really the only game that's ever mattered. He had the kickoff return at the start of the second half when I was up 17-14, and then I threw some picks. So he's a great player. But it was just cool to run into him in a random game and then have it actually be a good game. So that was fun. I'm going to still be reading the chat, guys, and we'll be hanging out. Once again, if you're new to the stream, Z Farrell's here. If you missed last week, S. Gibbs is now a communications or a comms specialist at EA. And you can check out his Twitter for more, his plans, what he's up to. He is also still going to be hanging with us from time to time, just getting settled in down there and enjoying that. I'll make sure I take down the banner, although I did try out this little banner. Let me know if you guys like this bottom one. If you hate it, that's cool too. Probably hate it because it's going to block my beautiful face. Right? Just remind me to pop that up from time to time. I need to pick up my controller. We got the Jets uniforms, which are gross. Also need to zoom this camera in. Let me pause this bad boy. So let you guys check out his receivers while we wait. He's got Robert Griffin and Michael Vick. So he's going to have a left-handed, right-handed nightmare that I'm going to have to deal with, and hopefully I can get my own tips to get set. Let's see how we look. He's got AJ Green. He's got Hayward Bay. All right, dudes. Sounding good? I'd like to be able to take the old glasses off, but I don't think I can see without them. All right, let's resume this bad boy. These
they're quick enough and shifty enough to still get away from the defender.
These are pretty good. All right, first down, we're going to come out in the single back ace. Just kind of do our thing, see what this guy has, see if he can stop the ball. I'm guessing since he has some fast quarterbacks, he kind of has an idea of what he's doing, but that might not be the same.
They come to the line and it's first down.
That might not be the truth, but we'll see.
The Jets bring in an extra tight end for this play. Here's the handoff.
This is pretty much how the other game started, with the defender off the edge sneaking in and picking up some action. I think they're planning a camping trip in the chat right now. Chat is planning a camping trip or something. I don't know. They're talking about griddles. McGriddles or regular griddles? It's a Reggie Wayne, guys. That was man-to-man coverage. Once again, not that excited to face, you know, two interesting plays at the start of this game. So, but we were able to recognize man coverage. We didn't throw to the flat, which is our main read. So that was a good job by us not forcing it, because it wasn't really going to be open for a game. That's Bojack. Gosh, who caught me? 90? So that was a good run with Bo, guys. Obviously, a different defense. I'd love to just kind of throw the Jimmy Graham fade here. That saved my butt last week, big time. But I don't really know. See, now I've wasted time calling a play. Now I'm indecisive. Now I'm behind right now. I'm behind because.
Here's the first snap after the big play. Play clock's running down, and they'll run the football with Charles.
Yeah, see, that's my fault.
With this play, they'll go with two tight ends.
Now I'm in trouble. Gonna do something stupid.
Second down and 7. He's scrambling now. Nice tackle.
All right.
It's harder and harder in the NFL to score when you're this close to the goal line.
I don't recommend what I'm doing right now, but it worked for me. He's gonna run commit. Yeah.
Jamal Charles carries the football. And
Get it.
I think you got to be a little more
Okay.
When you just line up and run the football like that, you're not going to get a lot of yards, and that time they just got a short gain.
All right, let's see what we can do here.
Dropping back 3. The defense had that one covered.
Tom.
They're going to run the football. They're going to go with the pass. And if it is a pass,
Tommy boy.
I will look for something quick.
GW Gibbs. I put Tom Brady because Michael Vick can't throw the short ball, unfortunately.
The defense is ready to plug up the middle here on the goal line. The defense loading up on the line, getting set for this snap. Third and goal to go from the
Right there, I was gonna throw the fade again, but I felt like I could run it in. You know, it was a halfback dive. It might have been frustrating if I couldn't score from that position, but I felt like I could get the dive. It wasn't fancy. It worked. Guys, remind me to sub out Tom Brady for my next drive. What I'll do is I'll try and run and think I have Vick in the game, and I'll end up screwing it up. So, because right now he's still in the game, and then I come out in a new drive, and it's not the red zone. I don't think about it, and then I get in trouble. So, I'm expecting a full rollout offense, guys, but I can't assume that yet until he does it. So, what's up, Bucky? You guys know what I mean? Like, I can't give this guy credit for having a rollout offense until he rolls out. I did commit to the halfback. Okay. That's fine. 5 yards. That's fine. We're just kind of seeing what he's got.
Power running. A lot of teams in this league don't even do it anymore. This team, they can power it up in there and pick up those tough yards.
Coming up, second down. Darren McFadden lined up in the backfield. Griffin, play action. Takes off with it.
All right. I don't know if he tried to roll there. I thought I could get out and make a play with Taylor Mays. Sanchez in the house. What's up, dude? Once again, if you want to join the Mutt Tips Madden League tournament, sign up at that link below. They'll put it in the chat. Probably going to get beat here for like a short game, which I don't mind. It's 3rd and 3. Just don't want anything. Pick. Clay Matthews. Let's go. Guys, that is how it's done. I've said it a million times. You probably heard me say it a million times. What does that guy think? He thinks I'm not covering the flats. Why? Because my play art doesn't show me covering the flats. So what does he do? He throws to the flats. What do? Pick it off. Forward touchdown. That is a big play, guys. I've had that play happen with Luke. I've had it happen with Clay. I've had it happen with Wagner. So it's not really the player. It's just getting them in the right spot to make a play. Big play right there.
Catches it at the 9 and starts his return.
Is that Marquise Goodwin? Yeah. So that's a Kobe. Mrs. Madabible heard. She heard the news. The Kobe news traveled fast. The chat. Got a couple Kobe's in the chat, which you can see when I pop it up right here. I just didn't pick a defensive play because of that, though, so that's not good. A bad time to call cover 2. Let me know if this echoes. Is this echoing? Yeah, it was echoing. All right. MBD. I don't have any plays in the 3-4 even. Or the 3-4 over.
After running it, it's second down.
I'm now in nickel 2-4-5.
Jets lined up in the nickel.
That was just a simple contain.
I don't know if they were confused or not, but the left side of the offensive line that time, they were not aggressive.
Somebody's bringing popsicles. Somebody's...
sack of the quarterback.
This guy's a new play, so he hasn't called a play on 3rd and 7 yet, obviously. I'm calling cover 2 sink. I don't know why.
Defense here. Griffin from the gun. Pump fake. Goes deep to A.J. Green.
So that was a really deliberate swat, and I probably could have got an interception now that I think about it. But I'll take the swat because that's how it works. You know what I mean? So, sure, I probably could have got a pick. Bo. But the swat was a safe play. And it was a pretty epic swat. You got to admit that. So we've basically only really run the ball, and we've only called the ace, or the single back ace, shotgun split close once. I got the Saints D.
To start their next series, take it here from the 30. They bring in the extra tight end.
Once again, I did not sub Michael Vick back in the game yet.
Takes it on the counter.
Pretty close to breaking that. Once again, Phil Lodeholt also pulling. That was the exact play I'm talking about. So once again, 2 mistakes. Didn't sub Vick in. Second mistake, let's get Juwan James in the game because he's faster than Lodeholt. Although, on the halfback dive, I would have wanted if I'm going to run the counter again, I would take out load hold, clearly. So that's what I'm thinking. We had
going to the ground game, the first play.
We're gonna flip this and run it right. Yeah.
Trying to beat the play clock.
Ooh, all right. Quick reminder, guys. Tomorrow, make sure to head over to click on JO30's name in the chat. He does a show where he compares Ultimate Team items. So he's done 99 receivers. I'm gonna try and probably hit a curl here.
The Cowboys come out in the
I don't know. Maybe we'll try and hit bow. Let's see.
from the gun. Scrambling now.
Pick. Nope. Drop. I can't tell you how bad I want to go for it. But I can't. I can't go for it, but I want to.
But they dropped the pass.
The poke check in NHL, I'm a big fan, but you know, it's not for everybody.
And so now they'll call on Weatherford to punt the football. Wants to give it a go here. He's going to be
All right, so we get it down to the 20. Not bad, not bad. We'll take it. We'll take it. So offensively, he threw a pick six. We got to stop. He's run the ball a little bit, but we're doing an okay job with our base D to stop the run that we haven't really had to adjust much. Looks like the counter. No, strong power. All right, no big deal. If we have to adjust to stop that, we will. We haven't had to yet. We do have plays for that, but he's also, he gets ball at half, so if he scores here and then he gets ball at half, I mean, it could be 14-14 by the time I get the ball. So I'm obviously hoping that doesn't happen, but is it an option? Yeah, it's something I gotta. That would be frustrating because I had a great pick six. This was the position I was down in the Shugs game, and so I know it's not insurmountable. It's not insurmountable. I don't have anything yet. That's why I didn't go for it, even though I really wanted to. Good D, good D, good D.
Good job by the defense. They stopped the first down play that time by the offense, and now they have a.
The chat has officially gone insane. The mods are planning some type of trip with breakfast foods and popsicles. I don't know. It's pretty intense. All right. We're going to go to the big dime here. And the best part about this is it will contain the quarterback without us really having to do anything.
Come out in the dime package. RG3 from the gun. Getting away from the pressure. Great pass. Great catch.
All right, you got his foot in there. That hurts. Crush some Scrambies forward, Zan. Crush. Actually, no, I didn't. I had Scrambies yesterday. I crushed Scrambies yesterday. Today, I had a banana. Nice. That's actually a huge call. But you gotta crush Scrambies if you're trying to get boulders for shoulders. That's what the one-man throw ride says. So.
First off, you want to make sure it's a clean catch on the sideline. Does he have possession of the football? And then once you declare he has possession of the football, let's look down at both feet, see if they're in bounds, and don't forget, you must.
I saw the playmaker ring, guys. That's one thing. I knew when I saw the playmaker ring, which is red, I knew he was cutting up field. I tried to kind of like cut it off, but I couldn't get there. That's my bad. That let him live, which is unfortunate. Oh, one trap. Oh, screen pass. Almost picked that off. Almost picked that off.
Good job by the defense. They stopped the offense that time on first down. Now the defense is in a good situation.
And now he'll take off.
Good contain, good contain.
Well, you're on the offensive side. My gosh, you know they're going to blitz. So what do? You either throw the football really quick or you have your tight end and running backs help pick up those blitzers. So
I'm going to try dollar here. Cover one.
Third down now. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time.
I'm looking out for like a tight end corner.
In the shotgun formation.
Or an in. Sherman SWAT, guys. That's a SWAT. Once again, we did the Calvin Johnson SWAT earlier in the game. It didn't pay off, or it paid off. Right there, we probably should have gotten for a pick. Right there, though, we made the right read, and it paid off. So, huge. Huge. Huge.
Griffin from the gun. Gonna try and scramble now.
Once again, SWAT again. Make the play. That is huge, guys. That is a huge SWAT. Even though we were behind, Sherman able to make the play. Right here, we're at midfield, guys. A field goal is going to make this game just very, 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 very tough for our opponent to come back from. So while I'd love to get a touchdown, it's just not a focus of mine unless I hit a big play. That's not going to do it, obviously. He's going to take a timeout. This guy wants the ball back, which I can respect. Let's see. Let's see if we can get to the edge.
Went with the ground game on first down, bringing up second. Wide receivers are bunched up. He sends the halfback in motion.
Yeah, we got it.
It's wide open.
Oh, Vick, you were so close, brother. 4 yards? Wow, that's interesting call.
It'll be third down. Split backfield.
Good luck tomorrow, Trev.
They'll go shotgun here. Running away from the pressure.
He just took a really bad angle. He took a bad angle there, and I took advantage. That's just kind of knowing your, not necessarily your opponent, but just kind of knowing, like, all right, this guy. That's harder than it looks. To catch Michael Vick with a playmaker, with like just the whole. Am I gonna throw it? Am I gonna pass it? Like, that's just tough to do, and I made a play right there. Boulders for shoulders.
To the ground, into the open.
And while we didn't need a touchdown, we got one anyways. So that's good. That's big. That play right there was huge. That's the X factor that a good player with Vick can do. You know, a bad player right there might have screwed up, but I was able to kind of. I played a game of chicken with his user. I mean, he could have forced me to fumble there behind the line of scrimmage, and I would have been, you know, I would have taken it as it was, but that can happen. But we were able to not let it happen. Whew, all right, he's probably going to huck it downfield. We will just call cover up 3 man, obviously. I like this just because it gets the safeties lined up kind of in a different spot. I'll play here. He's going to block. Taylor Mays, SWAT. The Banana Man's in the house. What's up, man? How's your GTA life living? How's it how's it going out there?
Second down and 10. Throw to the left. Has the reception all alone.
If you don't know, the Banana Man, he streams. He's got a little crew himself, and he does Madden, but he does some GTA raids that just came out as well. So hit him up. I think you can actually play with him if you want, which is cool. I was booting up my system to play with him the other day, but it was taking too long to load. Pitbook is good. I like it. I like it. Katie, the fullest in the house. What's up, man? We're having a good game. This game could have gone a lot of different ways. But thankfully, it's gone our way. So you always like to see that. Calvin just made an amazing play. That was big. But that was a great user. For me to forget about the short route and say, all right, even though the short route was open, the halfback was on a wheel. That halfback wheel wasn't a threat at first, but eventually it crossed the border where it became a pretty big threat. And so it was nice.
Split backfield here. Dropping back now into the shotgun. And he takes off.
Pick.
Throws to the right.
No. Oh, Bo, just keep running. Just keep running and get it. Oh, I know what I'll do. Hey, Farles. How about a man-beating play? That sounds good, guys.
Just going all out to make the catch. Doesn't quite get there, but the effort is outstanding.
Probably throw a pick. Probably throw a pick here.
The Jets snap it at the 31.
Yeah. What you doing, Farles? Not much. You?
Because you're going to take the big hit no matter what. That time, the receiver lets the ball go because
Kill snap. If you're trying to make some coins fast, I mean, solos is a great way. You do got to grind a little bit, but it can help.
The defense comes out in the nickel. The Jets snap it at the 31. Scrambling out of the pocket. Running room, and he's going to tackle, and that's going to bring us to fourth down. Going for it on fourth down. Nickel formation here for the defense. The Jets take it from the 23.
Jimmy Graham. A little risky, obviously, but we had to do it.
And the point after is good.
Had to do it, man. Once again, guys, we've got the chat up. We've also taken a look over at Mudhead a little bit, where you have the golden tickets, which we don't have right now, but you've got the Le'Veon Bell and Jamie Collins. You've got the Khalil Max, Deshaun Gibson type final edition and all rookie teams, stuff like that. Charles Woodson, that came out. So make sure to stay up to date on that stuff because there's some good content coming out. For show. Once again, I'm your man Z Farles here with you Wednesday nights this week in Madden. Give the stream a follow. That will let you know when we go live over here on twitch.tv/Madden Tips. That's what we're up to.
The Cowboys offense now marches onto the field.
I mean, at this point, I'm assuming he's going to have to pass. So
Tight end in motion. First down and 10.
Here I go for the pick. There you go. See, like there I went for the pick because it's low stress. Was Richard Sherman about to do highlight number? Nope. I was going to say, if you might have seen my top 5 plays on the... He's going to quit. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Cha cha cha. That was a beatdown, which felt nice because I like that. I like that. Let's play another. Let's play another. Let's play another. That was an Xbox One win. I kind of want to play PS4. My team's not as good. Maybe use the 92 Vick, but I don't know if that's quite as fun. You know what I mean? Plus, we got a little run here going, and if we make 2 more 2 more wins, we make the postseason. So that could be pretty nice. But once again, we'll take a look at the lineup. For those of you guys who haven't checked it out, who quits? Honestly, who quits? We got Vick and Bo making some plays. Chris Carter, T.Y. Hilton's new. I don't think he did anything last game, but we still love him anyways. Defensively, Calvin came up with two big swats there and a pick, and then Sherman had a huge swat and a pick. D. Hall has been playing so much better than Chris Harris, and then Mac didn't do much that game, but Clay Matthews filled in with the interception for us. There's times where you don't want to notice guys playing, and then there's times where you do want to notice people playing. So like, you know, the Khalil Mack's first play when he hit me for a touchdown, it was pretty big. But then when he didn't hit one, it wasn't that. His first play when he forced the fumble was huge. I don't think my system's working, huh? Lineup? Let's see the lineup. What's up with the lineup? I just did 10 contracts before the game. Should be working. Silver punter, that's my secret, guys. That is my secret. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know what else you guys are thinking. What have you been up to? I saw the chat was planning some type of sleepover / camping / popsicle bender. So hopefully you guys are getting in on that. Ricky Leland, I haven't played much HUT, but I have been logging into FUT every day to get my free packs. So if you play Ultimate Team FIFA, they're hooking you up with free packs. Remember that there's a tournament going on this weekend for the Madden Tips community. It's the Madden Tips League MUT community. Steven the Beast is running it, and you can type in that link there, and then you've got some sexy art. Also, if you're into making art yourself, this is something that Ad Robs sent in to the MUT devs, and that's what he put in, which I think is pretty nice. But hopefully he can get involved in the contest. Reminder to let's see what we got here.
Perfect 70-degree day as we get set for today's matchup. Two incredibly dangerous tight ends getting ready to create.
I love road sodas. I saw road sodas trickle in here about 8:20, which I like. I saw some croissant chatter, but I've just been chilling.
Because he's close to you. So it doesn't take great skill to throw the ball 5 or 6 yards
All right.
from where you're at to a tight end who can catch it nowadays.
Top shot in the house.
Catch the ball, get you about 10 or 15 extra
All right,
yards.
single back ace. That's what we do. That's what we do. It's nothing fancy, but it's effective. That's all that matters. Yeah, FUT definitely changed up their mentality, so that's been interesting to kind of see and listen to feedback and stuff.
Two tight ends on the field here.
Not sure what this guy's doing, but we'll find out.
It's the old counter play. It's away from the stack.
Bo, dude, if that guy didn't give chase, Bo completely juked that guy out of town. My question is, why do I have the Jets uniforms? Last game I had the premium alternate Jets uniforms, but this game I just have regular Jets uniforms. I'd love to get people started on their feedback, just because I don't understand what's happening. I mean, I understand the prices and the coin selling and all that jazz that they're trying to fix, but I don't understand the anger for people that don't buy coins. Because they lost value, I guess. But there's going to be more value because people aren't buying coins. I don't know. I don't understand, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Because it's interesting to me. I feel like I should know these things. Dude, I don't even have these uniforms. I either have Giants or I have Jets regular. Maybe, I don't understand.
We'll send it back to the quarterback out of the gun. The catch is made. Good for only a yard. They still face 3rd and 6, even after that last successful pass play.
Speed this up.
Here.
Speed this up.
3rd down and 6. Brings it into his body.
Bo, why would you do that? That's the most Bo Jackson thing of all time.
This team, one of the better tackling teams in the NFL, and they play the
I can't even explain. He breaks a tackle, but he runs out of bounds
They come up and make the tackle. Now we
to
have
lose yardage. That was the first time. That's like so Bo. I love him. I'm not mad at him.
Double tight end formation. The Jets will
But
take
that's
the
just
snap on
what
30. Will Force in on
that's
the
what he does
tackle.
sometimes. He's crazy like that. You can't control Bo. He's just too strong.
They make it, the offense
And
executes,
it's
they
okay.
pick up the first
It's
down.
okay. Sometimes you live by the bow, sometimes you die by the bow.
New set of downs now after picking up the
Can't be
first
mad.
on the ground.
Can't be mad. Hope you guys do play in the tournament. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Steven does a good job. So
They better hurry to get the snap. Out of the pocket.
probably could have ran for a touchdown right there.
And there he goes, sliding to get away from the hit.
Yeah. I got a little nervous. I was hoping Bo would block the first blocker, but he blocked the second guy, but then I missed the first guy.
With this
So
play, they'll go with 2 tight ends. They'll run it. Here's the handoff. Gets about 9 on the play.
could go to Jimmy Graham here if we want.
For the 7th play of the drive, they bring in the extra tight end. Just a quick drop back. He's scrambling down.
That's too easy. That's too easy, guys. That's what should put fear into you with people using Vick. Like, I'm not saying that was the most advanced play of all time, but that was pretty effective. Something bad's happening right now. It's going to be both consoles, guys. The MUT thing is going to be both consoles. If you want to get in on that MUT tournament, both consoles are available. So sign up, sign up, sign up. Once again, if we can find a way for the winners to match up on one final console, that will be awesome. Also, hoping to either play a game on TWIM or find a way to play a game on TWIM or record or do something different. All right, that was another win. If we win this game, that means, now we can't quit because now we got another game to make the playoffs. This one's for the playoffs. Let's get a W. Wicked Mayfire, good 90 overall free safety that's inexpensive. I would recommend you either get a strong safety who's a 90, Troy Polamalu, or you user control Calvin Johnson, 85 free safety. Just let him do his thing. Don't bother with anybody else. So that's what I'm thinking. So, all right, bros. That was an easy win. We'll take that all the time on This Week in Madden. Show 155, guys. Been doing this for 155 episodes, but I'm not alone because the chat is always with me. Hopefully no echo there. Hit me up with a follow on Twitter if you have any questions. At Madden Bible, that's what you can do. And hopefully we can get one more win that we need to make the playoffs.
Well, you know what? It's not always about the quarterback when you talk about NFL games. And here's a
I'm going to come up with a good prize for the winner because I appreciate Steven hosting it. One of the prizes will probably be at least a battery pack. Of Duracells, because I'm literally swimming in Duracells over here.
First down on the way.
He's got RG3.
The give. Takes it outright.
Obviously RG3
He'll be a yard
gonna make it
Short of
tough.
the first.
Eddie Lacy is the type of runner you like to get him involved early, get him into the game. Why? Because he runs with such power.
Steelers offense. I don't know if I ever said that. Did I say that? I would be a top player. I don't think I said that. Did I say that? I hope I didn't say that.
Second down coming up.
I don't know. Colts and Steelers is pretty similar, so
Offense lines up here. Play clock's running
not really a
down.
huge deal.
Will go ground, middle. He stacked
If that's just an inside run, then that if it's a read option, then I should have went to him with automatic. I'm currently on the Steelers playbook instead of the Colts
first down here after the run.
right now.
Lacy lines up in the backfield.
Halfback counter right. Nope,
Staying
Owen
on
trap.
the ground. And that's a gain of 9.
What that run does, it just puts the offense in a good situation. So a good, positive.
Second and 1, he'll probably 0-1 trap again, if I had to guess.
Second down following the run.
I'm gonna guess counter right, if I had to guess. If I had to guess. If I had to guess. No 0-1 trap.
He'll get it again. He's tackled beyond the mark.
I wonder if this guy thinks he's playing a solo.
Nothing like seeing a complete offense.
Joke? Mud probs?
Yes, we know they can
0-1
score.
trap. All right, here we go. What do you say, Farrells? What do you say? Crossfire 3.
Chains after that last run. It's wide open.
Oh, no. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. Oh, he's going to taunt. That's my fault. I did press the quarterback, but then I forgot to use it. So, because he wasn't running read options, I thought he was just running dies. My mistake. My mistake.
Driving extra point is good. Mason Crosby ready for the kickoff.
Boom. All right, we're down 7. That's okay. Good drive. Good drive. Ran the ball effectively. See, you gotta just let him run it, and then eventually take it away later. You can't go all in like that, like I did there. My beat. My beat. My beat.
It's first down as they head to the line. The Giants come out. 2 tight ends on the field. They run the counter play. Wide to the left. Still on his feet. The Giants now.
Good run there by Bo, obviously. If you've been paying attention, we're going to try and throw this out to the left to pick up some space to get back to the left.
The Giants line up. Split backfield. First down at the 32. On the money. And by Kerrigan this time.
All right. He's given us the 0-1 trap as well, it looks like, because it seems like he's got his defense like pretty spread out.
And second down coming up.
So that's okay.
Gets the handle here.
Once again, we just make sure to cover up so that we don't fumble when we do run the 0-1 trap, because obviously it's a good run, but it does take you right up the middle into a path that could be dangerous. That girl is so dangerous.
First and 10. Jamal Charles. He'll go to the left. Fights through contact.
Jamal Charles not giving. Thinks he's Bo Jackson out there. What is he up to?
After this play. The Giants offensive line is just whooping some tail today, aren't they? What a job up front. That helps the running back get in space, get down there, and pick up a big gain.
The Giants this time will go with 2 tight ends. That's a gain of 6.
Here an offensive lineman
All right.
line up and just run the football straight
Once again,
in.
this guy's pretty much in a 4-3 cover 4, which is not the most advanced tactic, but once again, it just forces you to take what is given and drive downfield. And being down 7 already, it's like this game's going to go fast because he's going to run the ball when he gets it back. So I need to be economical with my possessions and score when I can. Continue to hit the flat. Eventually make a play. And like this is a game where if you go up 7-0, you blow this guy out. But since he went up 7-0, now it's like, all right, I need to be careful, which is crazy.
Catch made.
But, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? 20-yard line, I could do the Jimmy Graham 99% score a touchdown, but it's like, if I throw a pick, well, now, like, now, it would freak me out. So, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, the first guy I played tonight was way better than this guy. But that game just went against him fast.
This is one good tackling defense. They stay in good position at all times, and we saw at that time when they stopped the play for a short gain.
And then if I score, I want to give him limited time so that he's forced to pass it, because obviously this guy hasn't really done much passing, so I don't know how good he is at it. Bo was real close to breaking a tackle right there.
Nice job by the quarterback finding the open guy short.
3rd and 7.
They still do not get the first down though.
The completion sets them up now for 3rd and 7. The Giants are at the line of scrimmage with a pair of backs split behind the quarterback. From the gun. He'll fire it out.
Wide open Reggie Wayne touchdown. So we went to halfback wheel once again. It's like a little risky, but it's a great play to counter everything else that we've done so far this game. So I'm a big fan of going to that play in that situation.
The Jets are ready to return the kick.
But you gotta be careful, because once again, you don't want to turn over. 3rd and 7. We could have done a lot of things right there. We could have tried the Jimmy Graham thing to the short side. I considered it. I would have probably taken 3 there, and you got to score a touchdown against this guy. So he's gonna be in 4 wide. I don't think he thinks we know how to stop the read option, but we do, so we're good. We just made one mistake, and that was my fault.
The Jets are ready to take over now, and their offense heads onto the field. Lacey lines up in the backfield. 1st down at the 20. And he hauls it in, and a gain of 4.
I think the best thing to say about that play is just a game.
I don't know. Maybe this guy's secretly good. Maybe he's secretly bad. I'm not sure.
Plays don't score. Sometimes you just want to pick up a couple yards.
Jimmy Graham play is the update from the Raiders that is in the winner's kit. It's from Tweezy. And there we go. We make the adjustment. Now it's going to be 3rd and 6. It's going to be... Ooh, he's going to go for it quickly. We're going to go to cover 2. Contain the quarterback. So he's going to run stick. We have a flat zone. Champion makes a play. Now it's a 2-minute warning. Now he shouldn't go for this. If this guy's conservative, and I think he is, he's got to punt. Or he's got to not get it and then quit. But if you're this guy, I don't see... Yeah, I guess you go for it. All right. I'm going to sack you, but that's up to you. This is your decision. This is your life, and it's ending 1 second at a time. He's going to run stick. I'm going to pick the tight end. Nope. Yeah. All right. Dropped. Once again, went in there, got the swat. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to put in Juwan James, who's our faster tackle, because we want to run a counter. But we can't even sub him in because, yeah, I don't know. Do you not sub a left tackle and a right tackle? Who's the best 4-3 left end for less than 200K, Noah? I would say J.J. Watt or flashback Justin Smith. Justin Smith's a really, really, really good player. You could also get Cameron Wake, the new one that came out. I don't know if he's 200K or less, but he's a pretty good option in a lot of situations.
And now they'll try over again on 2nd down.
You could also get an outside linebacker like Von Miller or different players to come in off that edge. You have some really good options. The new Khalil Mack you could put there for 90K, 80K.
Out of the shotgun. Has his target.
Bo just got his clock cleaned out. 3rd and 1, single back ace it is, guys. Super easy 0-1 trap. This guy's done nothing really to show he can slow it down, so this should be a free yard.
3rd down and 1. Handoff, and he's tackled.
Alright, what we're going to do here, He's going to take a timeout? Okay. Kind of want to throw it to Jimmy Graham, guys. Kind of want to throw it to Jimbo Slice Graham. This team is going to the playoffs. Guys, this team is go. It's cover 2 man, though. No, it's not. Is it?
Trying to work that left side. What a hit, and the ball falls incomplete.
Good anticipation that time by the defender. He gets to the receiver.
Jimmy.
The football's arriving, and he makes a beautiful hit to knock the football loose.
Who else could be good for Noah J? I'm trying to think.
Wide receivers stacked up on this play. 2nd and 10. Takes off with
Pick. Dumb Farrells. 3rd and 10. Do we go back to Jimmy? We really,
that time the quarterback didn't do that, and that's why it was incomplete.
3rd down and 10.
There you go, Jimmy. That's how you get it, kid. Eduardo Villamar is 96 Khalil Mack, worth the upgrade from the 94. So I have the 94 on PS4. I've used him maybe 10 games. He's done almost nothing, made maybe 1 play. I did see some dividends, I guess, be paid from the Khalil Mack in my first game on Xbox, the upgraded one. However, that's a small sample size, and he's disappeared in maybe the last 3 games since. So if you're going to use him, probably. I don't know the cost difference either off the top of my head, but give me 5 more games with the new Mac. But I would say, probably say not to upgrade. It depends. It depends how you feel about the 94, because that's going to debate how you fancy the 96 as well.
He'll stand back beyond the center in the gun.
It's a nice play. ABNZ is saying notable difference. Rodney J, 97 Darnell Dockett is an absolute beast. 100 power move. S. Gibbs has him on PS4. He's a huge fan of that player. I would get the Darnell Dockett. I think the Poe is going to end up kind of being similar, but I still think maybe that brings the Dockett down in price a little bit.
Set up screen to Lacey. Lacey takes the hit and is brought down.
I know 96 Mac has good zone, but he doesn't have good play rec. So I don't know who's writing the checks, you know. All right.
Now looking at 3rd down. Griffin by himself.
He could throw to the flat here and pick up a 1st down. I will eventually take that away later in the game, so okay, that's fine. Once again, I can take that away anytime I want. But right now, the flat with 20 seconds left and he has no timeouts, not that important for me to cover. Right now, I will probably pick him off later in the game for a pick 6. That's my goal. Once again, tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Sack, end of half. Like, that's knowing the clock versus knowing like what your opponent, what he can do and what he wants to do. Like, this guy's not great passer. He's definitely more of a run-first player from what I've seen. So, sure, take the flat. All right, you got a 1st down. Great. I'm not letting you hit another big play. 95 Kiko Alonso, worth it for 120K totally. He plays really, really well. He's very comparable. Somebody was comparing him in their stream the other day. I think it might have been Sanchez. That Kiko made an incredible tip pick against me once. I like what he brings to the table. That was a pretty devastating mistake.
Right around the 25-yard line.
Rick SSXO, is this guy going to quit? To see the mismatches on offense, you hold down right stick and use the matchup stick. But on Xbox 360 and PS3, it does not exist. We just made the playoffs, guys, and it's super exciting. It's super, super exciting. Cowboys for the win. Is the difference between 91 and 93 watt noticeable? I'm going to say yes. The biggest difference, though, for me is the 96 watt to the 93 watt. And the reason I say that is because if you look at the 96 watt, what he brings to the table so 91 watt, right? He has 95 strength, 96 block shed. I mean, this card's absolutely insane. This card's dope. Like, there's no getting me wrong. But I mean, you just get a little more. So maybe it's not really that. I mean, on paper. But what I like about this difference on this 96 item, which is obviously a lot more expensive, is his speed stays the same, but I think his brain ratings go up a little bit. Excel's still decent. His play rec goes up to 90, and 90 is the threshold that I like, and his pursuit goes to 94. Where the other watts, I don't believe that I think it's like 84 or something like that. Let's see. The base has, what's his play rec? Like 84. So like you said, like you saw him go up 1 strength in his next card, 2 strength in his most fear card, 1 excel, 2 excel, 1 pursuit, a couple pursuit, but his play rec went up 6. So that's what is making that card be that card. Still expensive. There's probably actually I'd rather probably have the Aaron Donald if I'm truly thinking about it. But that's just what I'm thinking right now. Dudes, we were just chatting here in the chat on This Week in Madden. We've got a Mudhead up. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I just made the playoffs here on All Madden First String. Another playoff push here from Z Farrells. So there's a good chance we'll be doing this on Mutt Lunch. Once again, that's our weekly stream. And if you follow the channel right here that you're watching, you will actually be able to see us go on the playoff run, because that's what we do. But we got to save it for the YouTube crowd. The TWIM just butters the bread, guys. The TWIM just gets your juices flowing, gets you excited, gets you ready to come watch some Madden action during the week. So we'll take a look real quick at the 92 Vick. We talked about him because it takes too long to set up the compare, Eduardo. Like, just the way. I don't even have my keyboard over here, so that's why. 96 speed for Vick, 96 throw power. His medium accuracy is really kind of what he doesn't have. Once again, I do keep Kaepernick in the lineup because I have... the reason I keep Cap in the lineup... Take an image, a screenshot of this. I mean, it's really not that much. The medium accuracy is pretty big, and deep accuracy is pretty big, but you're gonna need to game plan to stop this cat. So pretty big. D Money 0407, an all rookie team. I really like it. I think you could do a lot with it. There's some really good rookie players that come out. There's plenty of offensive linemen, which is really nice. If you go and look at this Patrick Peterson collection, like this Kelvin Benjamin and the 94 Mike Evans, like you're going to have 2 really big receivers on the outside. So if you're able to, you have Mosley in the middle, you've got Khalil Mack on the outside, you've got Benjamin and Evans, you've got Zach, there's 2 versions of Zach Martin that can play. The center, Lindsley's pretty good. Jason Morrow has a couple nice additions. Trey Turner has 2 cards now. You're gonna be good. HaHa Clinton Dix has a bunch of items. I don't know if Deion Buchanan's a rookie, but if he is, then you got a strong safety. CB, there's trying to think of some options out there. Jason Verrey, Football Outsiders. I want to say he's a rookie. That could be pretty good. And so that could be pretty nice. Jay James, he's a good offensive lineman. I got him on my squad. So those are your options. If you're looking to go with that rookie squad, I recommend it, man. I think anytime you build a team that you put work into studying up on and trying to like find the best guys to fit your style, it's more fun than just picking the best team possible. Obviously, that's terrible advice for me because I'm always going to try and find the best team that I can come up with, but it can be fun. Like if I had to make an all Giants team, like okay, I got to sell Vick to go get the final edition Eli. I got to sell Bo to go get the golden ticket Odell Beckham. It makes you think a different way. And then you get Lawrence Taylor. How am I going to get Lawrence Taylor? Victor Cruz flashback. Justin Tuck flashback. Or Madden 25 Cruz flashback Tuck. So let's take a look real quick at those two guys because that I felt like this Tuck came out at a really weird time. He came out like a couple hours before the silver tickets came out, so nobody really like paid attention to this card. Not that he's great, but he's a dude as a Giant like I'd like to have on my team. Same thing with Cruz. Cruz got hurt, so he didn't get many cards this season. So for him to actually get an elite based off of last year's play, and he's fast. He could be a lot of fun if you could pick him up. So yeah, I think I just showed those two cards for Mudhead, but I didn't have the screen up. But this Victor Cruz is the new one that came out in 97, Madden 25. Looks like he came out back in February, Valentine's Day, so it's been over a month, but the Tuck I think was new that I showed here real quick. Justin Tuck. Once again, this card kind of flew under the radar because the silver tickets came out just a few minutes later. So no one's got one of the, or no one has that many of these out there yet, so he'd be a guy I could put on the Giant squad. Boom. All right, let's get that badge pack reward. All right, Legacy Seasons key. I don't know how many I need. Head-to-head master. Once again, I like to add these always to the Seasons Pro because eventually you get a pretty good player. We got Anquan Bolden last time. We got Reggie Wayne out of that pack. So, House of Pain, definitely a little bit worried about Bo Jackson. Let's do a giveaway, guys, as well while we're here. If we're going to keep that Khalil Mack, I said we'd give away Bobby Wagner a long time ago. He's actually really good. He plays just as well as Kuechly and Clay, but I got to live up to the promise for Bobby Wagner. You guys know me who to send. If you watch the show, you know exactly what card I need you to send me on Xbox One to get that back. There's only one man that has enough trade value to trade for Bobby Wagner. Looking through. Rush. I gotta go after some collections. Let's take a quick look at the sets that came out one more time here. We should have all of our packs opened. We got a different head-to-head master pack. Cool. I'll always take more of those. Those can be pretty valuable. All right, so the final edition, the Gibson I won't make. I bought the TY instead of making them. Pat Pete I hear is really good. If you had Pat Pete and Charles Woodson, the new, where's the Charles Woodson? He would be in rookie, all rookies, or Charles. Poe, obviously a beast. Great strength off the edge. You could put him at D tackle. Just eat up beef like the Vince Wilfork. My top 5 receivers would be Boss Calvin blocky. I mean, basically Boss Calvin and then everybody else. I'm trying to think of who else you'd even put on that list. The Jerry Rice was good, but was he the best thing I've ever had? No. Okay, all rookie is Charles Woodson. That's where he is. So he would be a pretty good CB as well. Reggie Wayne at number 5, just because Reggie is a Bay. Who's got one in the binder? Coin flip? No, always go first. Who's ever first? That's who you want. Best receiver that I've used is Reggie Wayne or Julio Jones 92. Like, none of the higher rated receivers that I've tested out have done much. Like, Chris Carter's good. He's fine. He works. But, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really gotten that top tier. I'm hoping to get some more guys to test in the future. I'd love to, you know, get back up to speed and try out that Calvin. That's why I like to watch J.O. stream, and he had the Calvin in the house, and he had some other dudes as well. So that's pretty legit. Twitch Watcher won the giveaway. Nice, man. Glad that could help you out a little bit. Pro tip would be, once again, click on some guys in the chat. MStack42, Hold Fast Hope, Coster, JO30. All those guys stream. Tomorrow night, JO does a weekly show where he compares top cards, so you get to see Julio Jones in action against Boss Calvin or 99 Calvin, who plays better. And you get to see what animations they get. And then he tells you, okay, this guy feels this way, this guy feels like that. He's worth your coin, not worth your coin. So that's something you can do. Like, I'm fortunate enough to have the Vick and the Bow so that you guys can see them, but I can't get all the cards. So, you know, it's worth checking out some other guys in the community as well. Blue Tiger. No need to swear, man. I'll answer your question if I see it, but we gotta keep it fresh in the chat. I love you, but you gotta have a chill pill. A golden ticket, Farrells. I love it. All right, YouTube crowd, you are out of here. Lock up. I'll see you next week. Make sure you come back, visit the Twitch channel, and give us a follow. That way you'll know when we go live each Wednesday. And you won't miss Mutt Lunch when I go on a dominating playoff run with the squad. So YouTube crowd, peace. But Twitch crowd, who's cool, let's keep the